secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects from unlawful search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants issued but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the places to be searched or the persons or things to be seized. Invasion.
Hey, you! What do you have there?
Excuse me?
We got reports of drug activity here.
I'm just minding your own business.
Get out on the ground!
Ow! You don't have to grab me like that!
What are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing? You can't do that to him!
Your partner called for backup.
Search her!
Come on. You can put your clothes in here.
My clothes?
Come on.
Get up!
Come on, ma'am.
Hey, I don't understand!
Watch it!
Ma'am, I don't have time for this.
If the police don't need your consent to search you, they won't tell you. You have the right to say, I don't consent to this search. Remember, the only thing you need to tell the police is your name, address, date of birth, and sometimes your social security number, but nothing else. The Fourth Amendment to the Constitution protects you from unlawful searches, seizures, or arrests. While that may seem straightforward, the laws are not necessarily so. Resisting arrest is a charge against a convicted person who has committed at least one of the following crimes on the officer's discretion. Fleeing an officer while being arrested, providing an officer with fake ID, struggling against restraint, threatening an officer with violence, or attacking an officer while being arrested. Resistance.
Taking shots in here, you want one?
Your ID, sir?
He's got a gun!
No, I don't! Get the fuck off of me!
The courts of the United States of America regard resisting arrest as a secondary charge. But it has happened that a person has been arrested, tried, and convicted based on this alone. One does not have to have committed the alleged crime in order to be arrested. The police are here to protect us, but like everyone else, safety is not guaranteed. When talking to an officer, move slowly, remain calm, and be careful.
On May 5th, 2011, Jose Guerrero was suspected of being involved in a major drug operation. But he wasn't. Police shot him, we stormed his house, and didn't give him any medical attention. Officers held a gun to Guerrero's wife's head and his 4-year-old son. He died before the ambulance could reach him.
On January 15, 2009, Alexander Landau was pulled over for an illegal left turn. Officers asked for consent to perform a search of the vehicle, but when Landau asked to see a warrant, Officer Randy Murr responded by punching him in the face and knocking him to the ground, and proceeded to beat him for several minutes with police radios and a flashlight. On the ground, Landau could hear the cop say, Where's that warrant now, you fucking nigger?
Georgia, September 10th, 2009. The Atlanta Police Department stormed into the Atlanta Eagle, a local gay bar, without a warrant. Dozens of innocent patrons were forced to lie face down on the ground, which was covered in spilled beer, dirt, and broken glass. Patrons not suspected of any criminal activity were illegally searched and entered into the police database. Some patrons were handcuffed and forced to stay face down on the ground long after they had been searched and found unarmed. The police never explained why they were there, and patrons who asked questions were told to shut the fuck up, threatened with violence, or kicked to the ground.
July 17th, 2011. Layla Tarantino was pulled over by a cop from the Citrus County Sheriff's Department. Without explanation, the sheriff pulled out his arm and pulled her out of the vehicle. When backup arrived, Tarantino was strip searched on the side of the road where passing motorists could see everything. Presumably, the cops were looking for drugs, but the court noted that there was no dog-sniffing drug on site, and there was no contraband to be found.
On January 29, 2008, quadriplegic Brian Stern was booked for his alleged traffic violation in jail. The surveillance cameras showed the police beating and searching Brian while he lay prone.
On July 30th, 2010, James Jones was shot in point-blank range when he refused the cops entry to his house without a warrant. They were investigating a minor traffic incident when they broke down the door and blinded James with pepper spray. Officer Trooper Lawyer then fired one shot, which struck Jones. He died at the scene.
January 12, 2010. Jordan Miles was walking to his grandmother's house when he was aggressively approached by 3 plainclothes officers who, Miles claims, immediately shouted at him, "Where's the money? Where's the drugs?" without first identifying themselves as police officers. Miles tried to run away, but he slipped on an icy sidewalk. He was then severely beaten and arrested. The police reports claim that there was a heavy-looking bulge in his pocket which they mistook for a gun. After the debriefing, it was noted that it was only a bottle of Mountain Dew. Miles claims that he wasn't even carrying a soda bottle, and that his pockets were most likely empty. This is not a police state. Know your rights.